Well, Coach, as you know, being over in Orlando, still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Go. Hey, alert 3. Leo. Hey, orbit. Ready.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Down. 10-2 stop. Watch the screen. Ready.
On first down, McKinnon again. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Josh Jones in on the stop.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Check 13. Rush in. Hey.
Second down, McKinnon. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
McKinnon, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 25 yards that time.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator. Look. Squeeze.
And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Here we go. Ready.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, Winston. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his 17th touchdown now on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That's good for 28 yards.
A 28-yard gain. And the Panther first down.
Let's go now.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. On first down now, run with McKinnon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Throwing on first down. Costello escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. But Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well, it was you. I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. One for Mike. Look at me. Zipper. Ready?
Here's 2nd and 8. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play. And facing a 2nd and long.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Here we go.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
On play action, Winston. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. picked off by Trey Boston, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10.
Let's go. 18 Gator. Ricky. Check three. Five.
On first and 10, Costello. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20.
Rock it. Hey, Charlie. Check.
They go draw play to McKinnon. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a third and about 13. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it staring at a third down and 13. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down. Fourth down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Those shoulders went from parallel to square, and then he brought force with him to finish that run. Oh, that's impressive.
And we saw a lot of... He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his second TD of the game and 18th of the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Toss play to McKinnon. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And that's their first sack of this game. But how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. On the return, here's Agnew. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Now a first down carry by Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On third down, Winston. And that's caught by Smith. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
And a key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out. Jameis now on first down. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you across state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Come on. Stand back. Check 24. Check 24. Back. Check. Crouch. Check.
Play action now. Winston gets this one to Hill. And out of bounds right around the 20. That throw good for 4. It's second down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Damiere Byrd, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Hey, Alpha.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready up. Check. 59. Go. Check 59. Mike is 59. Go.
To throw on second down, Costello. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
He's NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Michael Palardy now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the humid Florida sky. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals, because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Final play of the half here, Winston. It's Hill, complete. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot, play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage. Sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
And maybe some indecision on getting the punt team out there, and they're going to get a delay. And that'll set them back 5. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on the punt for the first time this afternoon. This is taken at about the 14. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
10 Tucson. General West. Here we go.
Now McKinnon to start the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? they're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
Looking to throw on second down. Costello. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, he's
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Whip, 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 whip.
Green, trouble thing.
Deuce, 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 deuce.
Inside the 20 before he's brought down. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Flag 22.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Hey, defense.
Hey, live on the 50. Live on the 50.
They just do get the play off. Now Winston. And Evans calls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his 4th touchdown on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They run once more with McKinnon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
On 3rd down, Costello. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 77 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. His first career touchdown pass, and it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
Pretty quiet, D. Pretty quiet. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, 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 twist. Slam, slam, slam.
Leo.
They're going to keep it on the ground. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Green, triple team.
Bang, 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 bang.
Let's go.
This is Jones. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Snap.
Slam, slam,
Bam. Snap.
On 1st down, Costello. Thomas has got it, complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey. Let's go.
From the gun, Costello. That's going to be caught by Samuel. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Ready? 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
So nice number one. Rip left.
Out to the right, here's McKinnon. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, Costello. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. On 1st down, Jones. And he's got some space here. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Jones, and he'll take this one down near the 15. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Here we go, even.
Check. Lucky. Check 13. Check 13.
They'll run it with Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A 15-yard touchdown run as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Mike, check, 59. Here we go.
Yep. Hurry.
Check 59.
Throwing on first down. Costello. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off near the 42. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Winston here to throw. And going deep for Hill. It's caught inside the 25. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down. How good has he been throwing the football, though? Despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And, Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Hey, Sue, get ready.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Josh Jones. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Buccaneers, they can...